So from today onwards, it's a project. Right? We can assume that from today onwards, it is a project. Because whatever the configuration activities we will do as a consultant in the real-time projects, we start all those configuration activities from today. And I have sent this material, basic settings to all of you. And if anybody did not receive
Excuse
this
me,
material,
sir.
sorry,
Sir, you are audible, but your voice is not clear. Hello?
yeah, I'm just checking. How is it now?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have sent this material to all of you. And in case if anybody did not receive the material, right? Yes, Onkar is not able to hear me.
I didn't get any emails.
Sorry,
It's me, Kishore. I didn't get any email.
because I don't have your email ID. You attended the demo session, and
Yeah,
yesterday
I
and the
attended,
day.
but yes, sir, because I informed to Purnima because I was not very well.
Okay, do one thing, Kishore. Drop me
Okay.
your email in chat box. I will send you the previous class sessions. Okay.
Okay, Lakshmi.
Onkar, do one thing. Just log off and log in again because others are able to hear me. So if you are not able to hear me, means there may be a problem from your side. So do one thing, log off and log in again. Just a minute. Just a minute. Chandrakota, I will send the server access to you because I have seen your message.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. So I have sent this basic settings material to all of you. In case if anybody
Yes.
did not, yeah. So if anybody
Sir,
did not, yeah, tell me.
I have installed the SAP EXE, but
Yeah,
login credential I haven't received.
yeah, I will send you today.
Oh,
I will send you
okay,
today
yes.
because I have seen your mail very late. And I request everybody,
Okay.
I request everybody, instead of giving the mails, right? Put the message on the WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
No, it's just one advice. Okay. So I have sent this material basic settings to all of you. In case if anybody did not receive the material, just WhatsApp me or email me, I will send it again. So from today onwards, it is all the project activities. So as a functional consultant of FICO, whatever the activities we do, right, we start from. Okay. So first of all, at the beginning of the configuration settings, first of all, we have to map the enterprise structure of your client company into SAP software. So what is enterprise structure? You take any company, it will have some branches, it will have some manufacturing plants, it will have some departments like finance department, purchase department, sales department, etc. So all these are called organizational units in the company. Then one organization unit is linked with the other organization units in some way or the other way. So this relation among these organization units is called enterprise structure. So this enterprise structure is also called organizational structure. So as a starting point of configuration, every functional consultant has to map the enterprise structure of the client company in the SAP software. And this enterprise structure is separate for every module. Means MM will have its own enterprise structure, SD will have its own enterprise structure, FI will have its own enterprise structure, and CO will have its own enterprise structure, and so on. So in the real-time projects, the respective functional consultants will define or will create the respective enterprise structure. FI consultant will define the FI enterprise structure. CO consultant will create the CO enterprise structure. MM consultant will create the MM enterprise structure, and so on. See here, our module is FICO. So we have to create the enterprise structure for FICO module. Out of this FICO, actually, FICO is the combination of two modules, right? One is FI, financial accounting. The other one is CO, controlling. So first we start with FI. Once we complete FI, then we start CO. So we create the enterprise structure for FI at this point of time. Then for CO, we create the enterprise structure at the time of starting the CO. Now, what is the enterprise structure for FI? FI means financial accounting, right? So the main purpose of the financial accounting component is to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of the country in which you are doing the business, right? So from the viewpoint of preparation of financial statement, very important point. Remember, we are concerned with the preparation of financial statements only. So from the viewpoint of preparation of financial statements, you take any company in the world. At the top, we have the group, right? Then group means we have some number of individual companies. A group can have any number of individual companies, like individual company 1, individual company 2. Then, for example, in this group, we have 2 individual companies. Then every individual company may be carrying on business in different geographical areas. For example, individual company 1 is carrying on business in Hyderabad, Mumbai, in India. Okay. Similarly, individual company 2 may be carrying on business in Hyderabad, Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta, and so on. So this is the general enterprise structure for any company for the purpose of preparing financial statements. This is the general enterprise structure for any company for the purpose of preparation of financial statements. Then, if you translate this into real time, group means GU. So let us assume that the GU group of companies has purchased the SAP software, and as a FI consultant, we are going to implement this FI software for the GE group of companies. Based on this assumption, we will start our project. Now, the GE group, right, will contain number of individual companies like GE Infotech Limited, GE Paper Mills Limited. Okay. Then the GE Infotech Limited is carrying on business in Hyderabad, Chennai. Then GE Paper Mills Limited is also carrying on business in Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Calcutta, Bangalore, and so on. So this is the real enterprise structure for the GE group of companies for the purpose of preparing financial statements. Okay. Now, if you translate this GE company enterprise structure into SAP, if you translate this GE enterprise structure into SAP, the group is always called company in SAP. In SAP, the group is always called company, right? Then the individual companies are called company codes in SAP. Then the geographical areas within the country in which the individual companies, or you can say company codes, are carrying on business are called business areas. So company, company code, and business areas, these are called organizational units in financial accounting. Company, company code, and business areas are called organizational units in financial accounting. See, normally there won't be jobs for the freshers, but in case, right, sometimes to some campuses, SAP company also comes for the recruitment. Implementation partners also will come for the recruitment. In that case, they may ask you one question sometimes, what are the organizations in financial accounting? Then you have to say company, company code, and business areas. So as a starting point of configuration, first we have to create a company, right? So what is company? What is the purpose of the company? See, company represents the group. Okay. So at the company level, we prepare consolidated financial statements. At the company level, we prepare the consolidated financial statements. So consolidated financial statements means what? See, the consolidated financial statements will display the total profits and also the financial status of the total entire group. That means The sum of the financial statements of GE Infotech Limited and GE Paper Mills Limited are called consolidated financial statements. So always at the company level, we prepare the consolidated financial statements, but the creation of company is optional. It is not mandatory. Here in SAP, you remember one point. If any reporting is mandatory or if any reporting is legally required, that is mandatory. But if any reporting is required according to will and wish of the management, then we say that is optional. Normally, in any company set, there is no any legal requirement that we have to prepare and publish the financial statements at the group level. But normally, if the group management wants to see the consolidated financial status, then only we have to define the company. Define means creation, nothing else. We have to define the company. If the group management wants to see the consolidated financial statements, then only we have to define the company. That's why we say that the definition of company is optional. And a company can have any number of company codes. There isn't any limit, obviously. Group means it can have any number of individual companies. That means a company can have any number of company codes. Then here, normally we call it as creation, but in SAP, the word creation is called define or definition. So while defining the company, right, we have to give an identification. That identification can contain up to 6 characters. Up to 6 characters means you can use 2, 3, 4, or 5 or 6. So company can have up to 6 characters. Company identification can have up to 6 characters. So this is the purpose of the company. So I explained you what is this company, no? Now I have given this explanation in the form of notes here. Why I am telling you is because you have to prepare the note, you have to prepare for the interviews also. So these notes will help you a lot for the preparation of interviews. See, company. Company represents the group. It can contain up to 6 characters. It is alphanumeric. At the company level, we can prepare the consolidated financial statements. The definition of company is optional. A company can have any number of company codes. So that's how from today onwards, every concept I will explain with the help of this presentation, right? Then that explanation is documented here. Now we will see how to define company in the SAP software. For that, I have given the step here. See, project creation. Step number 1.1, creation of company. So first let us log in into SAP. Most of you have taken the server access. To most of you have given the server access, except to 4 or 5 people, right? Today I will give the server access to them because it seems that they have not yet installed the SAP GUI. So every class is a theoretical class and practical class. So first we have to log on to SAP server. For that, double click on SAP logon icon. EHP8 is our server, right? It is the current version of ECC. Click on login button. Then user is equal to, you enter your user ID. Then you enter your password. Then language English. Then click on enter. Now you have logged into SAP system. Now, in order to create the company, we need to access one screen. So for that screen, I have given the path here. Now, in our training class, we cover both the consultant training and also end user training, right? So some activities you perform as a consultant, some activities you perform as an end user. In that case, how do you know which activities you are performing as a consultant and which activities you are performing as an end user? I will tell you one golden rule. For any stream, remember please, for any stream, if the path starts with SPR, then we can take it granted that it is the job of the consultant. Because SPRO is the transaction code for IMG stream. And IMG stream is completely used by consultants. That's why for any path, for any activity, or for any stream, if the path starts with SPRO, that is the job of the consultant. So here, SPRO is the transaction code for IMG stream. And the transaction code is always to be entered in the command area of SAP Easy Access. So this is the SAP Easy Access, and this is the command area. So here you just enter, you just type SPRO, then click on enter. Then SPRO always implies clicking on SAP reference IMG also. Then after SPRO, we have enterprise structure. This is the enterprise structure folder. Click on this. Then after enterprise structure, we have definition, right? So this is the definition subfolder. Click on this. After definition, we have financial accounting, right? So this is the financial accounting subfolder. Click on this. Then after financial accounting, we have defined company. See, this is defined company. So against the defined company, we can see one clock-like symbol, right? This is called execute symbol in SAP. So we just have to click on this clock-like symbol. Then these are the companies which were already defined in this software, right? Some of them are system defined. Already they are delivered with the software. And some of them have been created by the other students in the other batches, right? So see the material. Click on new entries. This is called new entries button on the application toolbar. Click on new entries. Now, whatever the fields you can see in the screen are given in your material. So against each field, you have to write something again. Company, against the company, please write down. SSKHGR. Company is equal to SSKHGR. You have to write now. Please, everybody write here. Against the company. Company is equal to SSKHGR. Technically speaking, you can give any identification, and it is alphanumeric. Just like that, I am using SSKHGR. Next, please write down. Company name is equal to SSKH group of companies. Company name is equal to SSKH group of companies. For example, SSKH group of companies has purchased SAP software from SAP company. Now we are going to configure FI component for this SSKH group of companies. Right now, SSKH group of companies. Company name is equal to SSKH group of companies. Then city. City is equal to Hyderabad. City is equal to Hyderabad. Means, please write down. Every field you have to write, please. Now, city is equal to Hyderabad means in the Hyderabad city, the group headquarters of SSKH group is situated. In Hyderabad, SSKH group of companies headquarters are situated. Then country is equal to IN. Country is equal to IN. Within brackets India. Within brackets India. Means here this SSKH group of companies is basically operating from India. Suppose here this SAP software is international software and it can be used by any company from any country. Suppose you are going to configure for the company from USA. Then you have to give the identification for US. You are going to configure for the company from Denmark. Then you have to give the identification for Denmark. And you are going to configure for the company from Canada. Then you have to give the identification for Canada. So how do we know the identifications, right? Look at the scheme. Here, there is one ear-like symbol, right? Some embossed symbol is there, right? If you click on that symbol, the system will display the list of these countries. And these countries were already defined the software. And even in the real-time software also, whatever the software you are using, it's just a replica of the real-time software. Don't worry about it. So even in the real-time software also, this list is available. So from the list, you can find the identification. And it is not necessary to remember the identifications. Suppose, if the group is basically operating from Australia, you enter AU. If the group is basically operating from Bangladesh, then we enter BD. You can see the scrollers also. If the group is basically opting from Brazil, you enter Brazil. Canada, CA. Switzerland, CH. China, CM. Denmark, DK. See, IN for India. US for United States. Like that, here, see, you can see that 240 entries found. That means 240 countries have been already defined the system. Suppose, if you don't find the country you require, then we can define our own countries also, right? So here, this is India, right? So I am giving country IN. So you can press this button, otherwise you can press F4 in your keyboard. You can press F4 in your keyboard. Even if you press on F4, you can see the list of countries. Clear? So country is equal to IN. Then language is equal to EM. Language is equal to EM. Again, suppose for example, right? You are going to configure, you are a Japanese man, you are a Japanese consultant, right? So you are going to configure for a company in Japan. Normally, the Japanese companies, they want to use, some of the companies, they want to use Japanese language. In that case, you have to enter the Japanese language identification. Again, if you press on F4, you can see the list of languages, right? EN for English, ES for Spanish, JA for Japanese, KO for Korean language, right? Like that, 44 languages are different. But if you don't find the language you require, no, you cannot define our own languages. But of course, most of the companies in the world, they use English only. Then currency, INR. Currency is equal to INR, write down this. Here, we have to enter the currency of respective country. Again, if you press on F4, you can see the currencies of respective countries, right? Every currency have a separate identifications, and these are international standards organization identifications. So, see, USD, American dollar, right? Then New Taiwan dollar, TWD. Then Vietnamese dong. So 220 currencies have been defined. In case, so you can see INR also in the list. Indian rupee. So in case, if you don't find the currency you require, we can define our own currencies also. Do one thing. Here some space is there, no? Please write down. We can define our own countries and currencies. We can define our own countries and currencies. But we cannot define our own languages. But we cannot define our own languages. Okay. Now, after currency, we have click on save, right? This is called save button. Control S. Click on save. Now, this is called request box, and this number is called transportation request number. So what is the significance of this request number and what is transportation request? We have the separate topic for 1 hour later on. For the time being, remember that this is called request box and this is called request number or transportation request number. Now, click on create request. Here, what is the create request? You are using the software for the first time, right? So you don't know where is the create request. For the time being, whenever you don't know what is the icon, just to keep the cursor on every icon for 1 or 2 seconds. It will tell you the name of the icon. This is enter or continue. This is display object. This is object attributes. This is called create request. So click on this create request. Then short description. See, short description is good. FI configuration. What is the project we are doing? We are configuring for financial module, right? So FI configuration for SSKH is right down. FI configuration for SSKH group of companies. FI configuration for SSKH group of companies. Then after that, again, click on save. This is called save button again. So in the entire screen, we can see only one save button highlighted, right? Click on save. See, our description has been taken over here. FI configuration for SSKH group of companies. Then, and you click on enter. So like that, every single step is clearly given in your material. Click on enter. See, data was saved. This is called warning message. In the first navigation class, I told you, there are 3 types of messages displayed in the status bar. One is OK message, which is displayed in the green color. So whenever you see the message data was saved, you can take it granted that, right, your settings. If any error is there, system will not tell you to save. And in the real time, we can enter the street name, post box number, postal code of the address of the group office. Here we don't have all these particulars. That's why I did not enter this information. This is how we have created the company. Now, see the step number 1.2, define company code. So what is company code? So second organization unit is company code, right? So what is company code? It is the organization unit in the financial accounting for which a complete set of books of accounts are maintained necessary for external legal reporting, that is to prepare the legal financial statements. See, for your understanding purpose, every separate legal entity is created as company code in SAP. So what is separate legal entity means? In India, if you take India, every limited company and private limited company are created as company codes. If you take USA example, every LLC, limited liability company, every INC, incorporation, every LLP, limited liability persons, right? Like that, they are called legal entities. So every separate legal entity are created as company codes in SAP. If you take UK, every limited entity is created as company code. For example, Walmart INC, one company code. I'm talking about USA situation. Walmart INC, one company code, right? GE INC, one company code. If you take India, Tata Steel Limited. Anybody is getting my echo? I'm not using external speakers.
Yes, sir, I can hear your echo.
Okay. So if you take India, I don't know why I'm echoing. Still I'm echoing.
No, sir, now better.
Okay. Yeah. See, if you take Indian context, Tata Steel Limited is one company code. Tata Consultancy Services Limited, TCS, one company code. Tata Power Limited, one company code. Tata Chemicals Limited, one company code. Tata Textiles Limited, one company code. Birla Paper Mills Limited, one company code. Reliance Industries Limited, one company code. Reliance Natural Power Resources Limited, one company code. Like that, every separate legal entity is created as one company code in SAP. This is for understanding purpose. But in the interview, if they ask you what is company code, right? Then you have to say this sentence. It is the organization unit in financial accounting for which a complete set of books of accounts are maintained, necessary for external legal reporting. It's not my own wording. It is the definition given by SAP to prepare the legal financial statements. Generally, every separate legal entity is created as company code in SAP. If the boundaries of particular country are also crossed, then we have to create the company code. Say, for example, right, we have the Tata Steel Limited. Let us say our company code is Tata Steel Limited. It is registered under the Indian Companies Act and it is carrying on business in India. Okay. Now, this Tata Steel Limited wants to carry on business again in USA. So if you want to carry on, if you want to start the business in USA, you cannot just let that start, right? You have to meet the legal formalities of USA federal government. Then only they give the permission to you to start the business in USA. So whenever you get the permission from the USA government, it becomes a legal entity. So legal entity means a company code. Then you are starting business in UK. So first you have to take the permission and the grants from the UK government, right? For which you have to meet number of legal formalities. You have to comply with the legal formalities. Then only they will give you the authorization to start the business in UK. So when you get the authorization from the UK government to start the business, it becomes a separate legal entity. So a separate legal entity means a company. Like that, we have to decide in the real time, right? How many company codes we have to create. Normally, the accounts department, the accounts and finance department of your client company will provide you all this information. In how many countries they are carrying on business, right? And what are the currencies of respective countries. So all this information is given by the accounts department of the or finance department of the company. But you need not worry anything. What you have to do is you have to just configure the system according to your client requirements. The definition of the company code is mandatory. See, we have to prepare and present the financial statements at the company code level only according to Companies Act. So the reporting of financial statements at the company code level is mandatory because it's a legal requirement. That's why the definition of company code is mandatory. From now onwards, without company code, you cannot configure anything. And the company code can contain up to 4 characters. It is alphanumeric. So that is the meaning of the company code. In order to create the company code, right, we have to access one screen. So again, the path is starting with SPRO. Means again, it is the job of the consultant. So SPRO is the transaction code and it is to be entered in the command area of SAP Easy Access. Is this SAP Easy Access screen? No. How can you say this is not SAP Easy Access? This is the title bar, right? So SAP Easy Access name is not there. So it is not SAP Easy Access. As simple as that. So here you have to enter transaction code here. Now, if you want to move to SAP Easy Access, we have to enter /n directly SPRO. So instead of thinking this much logic, right? Before every transaction code, you just to prefix /n, that's it. For every transaction code, you prefix /n, that's it. /n SPRO. And SPRO implies clicking on SAP reference IMG also. Then after SPRO, again, enterprise structure. After enterprise structure, we have definition. This is the definition folder. After definition, financial accounting. This is the financial accounting. Then after financial accounting, edit, copy, delete, check company code. This one. Edit, copy, delete, check company code. Now, double click on edit company code data. This is called edit company code data. Double click on this. Now, click on new entries. This is the new entries button. Now write down. Company code is equal to SSKH. Just like that I'm giving. Company code is equal to SSKH. Company name is equal to SSKH Steels Limited. Company name is equal to SSKH Steels Limited. City is equal to Hyderabad. Means the registered office of the company code is situated in Hyderabad. Country is equal to IN. Country is equal to IN. Look at the screen, everybody. Here in the currency field, tick mark is there. So whenever you see, just a minute. Yeah. So whenever you see any tick mark in any field, right, that field is called mandatory field. Means compulsory, we should enter the information in the currency field. Currency is equal to INR. Language is equal to EN. Language is equal to EN. After that, see, click on save. Like that, every single step is clearly there. You need not worry about doing the practice. Very easily, you can start the practice. Click on save. This is called save button. Now you'll be presented with a big screen. Okay. Now, title is equal to company. Title is equal to company. Country is equal to IN. Country is equal to IN. Then what about other fields, right? Look at this thing. Here in our training class, we don't maintain other fields, but in the real time, we can use these fields like this. Again, name of the company code we can enter. Suppose if the name of the company code is larger than the length of this line, right? Then you can enter entire company code name here. Suppose if the name of the company code is larger than the length of these two lines, then see, this is called more fields button. I told you, no, on any icon, right? If you keep the cursor for 1 or 2 seconds, right? It will tell you the name of that icon. So more fields button. So if you click on this more fields button, see, we'll add 2 more lines. Then you can enter the entire company code name here. Here you can enter the address of the company code registered office, street name, house number, postal code, city, country, region, etc., etc. We can maintain all this information. So here we don't have all this information. That's why I'm not maintaining it. Then you can maintain the post box number, postal code, company postal, right? Then communication information, language, telephone number, extension number, mobile number, if any, fax number, extension, email address of your company code, standard communication. So all this information you can maintain in the real time. Now, whatever the information you maintain in this screen, right, is printed on the correspondence documents of your company, right? Write down this point here. Some space is below step, some space is there, no? Please write down. The information maintained. The information maintained. The information maintained in the address screen of the company code. In the address screen of the company code are printed by the system. On all the official documents of the company. On all the official documents of the company. Okay. Now, click on save and click on enter. here. Country IM, right? Click on save. It is not save. Please rectify this. It is not save button. Click on enter button. Strike out the word save and write there enter. Just a minute. So this is the enter button, right? So from now onwards, whenever you get this request box, from now onwards, whenever you get this request box, just click on it. That's it. See, database. So today we have created company and a company code, right? Today we have created company and a company code. Okay. Now, here, while creating the company code, we have given some information, some fields. Country IN, currency INR, language English, right? Then what is the use of these three fields? How the system, how the software will use these three fields that I have given in your notes. Country. The information given in this field is called home country of the company code, and every other country is considered by the system as foreign country, right? Right? Add one more sentence there. In this paragraph, you add one more sentence there. Is the financial statements are prepared. The financial statements are prepared according to the legal requirements, according to the legal requirements of home country of the company code. According to the legal requirements of home country of the company code. So that is the purpose of the country here. Look at the screen. We have entered the country IN. So we have to prepare the financial statements for SSKH Steels Limited according to the provisions of Indian Companies Act 2013. So Indian Companies Act was basically 1956, right? But in 2013 year, many changes were made in the Companies Act. So from then onwards, it is represented with the name Indian Companies Act 2013. So this company code has to prepare the financial statements according to Indian Companies Act. Suppose, for example, if you enter US here, for the company code, US is there, right? In that case, this company code has to prepare the financial statements according to USA Federal Companies Act. Like that, the country you enter determines the legal requirements according to which the financial statements are to be prepared and presented. Then currency. See, the currency entered in this field is called company code local currency. Underline this point, very, very important. The currency entered in this field is called company code local currency. We use this wording many times every day. So currency entered in this field is called company code local currency. Every other currency is treated by the system as foreign currency. This information is used by the system in identifying the foreign currency, and the financial statements are prepared in the company code local currency. So our company code financial statements are prepared in Indian rupees because our company code is in India. Then language. The language entered in this field determines the language in which the books of accounts are maintained, the checks and the correspondence documents are printed. That is the purpose of the language. Right? Now you can start to practice from today. Whoever have taken the server access, you can do the practice. You can start the practice. So how to do the practice? I will tell you one effective way of doing the practice. Right? See, in our class today we have created one company and one company. Right? Now in your practice also, you create one company and you create another company. But you have to use other identifications. For example, we have created the company with the name SSKH, right? You cannot use the same identification. Class identifications, you cannot use. only identifications, right? Whatever the identifications we have used in the class, we cannot use them. You create your company with your own name, right? Suppose your name is, right? Suppose I'm doing the practice now. Then I can create one company, Lakshman Group of Companies. Like that, you create whatever you want, right? So you give an identification, but you have to use the identification different from the class identification. So first you create one company. Then after that, you create a company. But while creating the company code, right, keep the material with you, right? Look at the material and do the practice carefully. You need not be no worry. You need not be in hurry, right? Software is available 24/7, right? So you need not be in hurry. Do the practice, slow and steady. Look at the material, look at the screen, input the data. So after creating one company and one company code, then again, you create one more company with another name. But before creating second company, read the notes. Read the notes. What is company? What is the purpose of the company? Then you create second company, right? After that, you create second company code. First you create second company. Before creating second company, read the notes. Then create a second company code. Again, before creating the second company code, read the notes. Understand what is the purpose of the company code. What is the purpose of the fields given in the company code screen. Understand the concept, then create the second company code. Like that, every day, whatever the settings we do in our class, you have to recreate them in your server. Right? That is the exercises every day. There is no separate exercises. I told you, most of the configuration settings which we develop in the real-time projects, I am going to do it in our class. So you just have to recreate them, right? Taking this example as reference. See, sometimes what happens, suppose if you use the same identification, the system gives the error message. Say, for example, again, I'm going to create another company code with the same name SSKH, right? See what happens. / and SPRO. Enterprise structure. Description. Financial accounting. Edit, copy, delete, check company code. Double click on edit company code data. Click on new entries. So I'm going to create the same company code again, SSKH. SSKH states. City Hyderabad, country IN, currency INR, language English. Then click on save. See the error. This is called error message. An entry already exists with the same key. Because already we have used SSKH, so you cannot use the SSKH again. And whenever the system displays the error, right, the system takes the cursor into the field where error is available. So here you have to change the, then only you can create the company. Clear, no? That's how you do the practice. Then, while doing the practice, right? If you get any errors, don't mail me, right? Give me WhatsApp. If you get any errors, right? Or doubts you can mail me, right? But errors, no. Unless you rectify the error, you cannot proceed further. So if you give the mail, I have to see the mail, I have to give the reply, then again you have to see the mail and so on, right? But not like that. If you get any error, immediately you WhatsApp me, right? I have the WhatsApp on the same number. Right? Kishore, please note down this number and WhatsApp me. Right? And please everybody add this number to your WhatsApp. Some of you are not added, I think so, right? So add this number to your WhatsApp, right? On WhatsApp, normally, instantly, I will respond. But sometimes, right, due to time differences, right? Especially for the people who are outside the India, right? It may take some time. Right? And whoever are not installed SAP, right, please install. And if you face any problem, you just WhatsApp me, I will help you. So this is how we carry in our classes every day. So tomorrow we will see step number 1.3, right? So all of you can start the practice today. Then any questions? First to raise your hands, I will be coming one by one. Yeah, Venkat Rao, I will send you the user ID today, right? Yeah, Chandra, tell me.
Sir, do we have to create new company code for the company which is having registered in another foreign country
Yeah.
with the same name? If
No, second name, another name. It will have another name.
For example, if TCS is having doing business in foreign
Okay.
country like Australia with the same name,
See,
code
name
might be
maybe
different.
No. Name same can be same, right? But
Okay.
in SAP software, identification should be different.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yes, I got your point.
Suppose, right? SSKH Steels Limited is also carrying on business the same name in Australia. So you give the company name SSKH Limited. But here, company code identification should be something different. Yeah, we will discuss tomorrow, Suresh, right? What is business area? We will discuss in next class. Sorry, next class is on Monday, right? Today is Friday, no? We have the classes from Monday to Friday only, right? Again, we have the class on Monday, Indian day, USA, Sunday night. Okay. Any questions from anybody? Okay then. See you on Monday, Indian day, right? And USA day, Sunday night. Same time, the same.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Purni,
you.
please install SAP.
Thank you, sir.
I think I have sent you the server access.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Good night and good
Thank you,
day.
sir.
Happy weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy-
Good.